Hi Vidya, good morning.
Hi Nabil, good morning.
And thank you for volunteering to host this quiz on a unique topic called weapons.
Thank you. Pleasure is all mine.
Yeah, there are close to 13 people in the live chat. We will wait for a few more minutes for more people to join and then get started.
Sure,
Yeah.
sure.
So people who have joined in the live chat, people who have registered for the quiz, have sent the forms link to answer. Only answer in the forms. Don't answer in the live chat. After the form is closed, then we will be discussing the answer. At that point in time, you can or share the answers in the live chat. So I think we started a bit early. We probably have to wait for 2 more minutes for people to join in.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah. Meanwhile, can you share about how your interest in weapons? Like this is like a very. I have never been to a weapons quiz before. So what was your interest in weapons?
Oh, actually, when you had asked me to do a quiz on YouTube, I was like going for a mixed bag because I thought that is like the safe option. But then I came across this trivia. Actually, I have put it as the first opening question in this quiz. That set me on the track. Like, okay, why don't we take it further ahead, do a bit more of research, and make it into a full-fledged weapons quiz.
Okay.
And yeah, that was the trigger, the first question which you're going to see in this quiz.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got it. More people are joining the live stream. For people who have joined the live stream, welcome to the Farewell to Arms quiz, the quiz on weapons by Vidya Swaminathan. If you had registered, you would have gotten a mail today with the forms where you can enter the answers. After the form is closed, we will be discussing the answers, and at that point in time, you can answer in the live chat also. Let me just quickly check if there are any questions from participants. Okay. Okay, Sumit Kumar is saying trigger. Yeah, of course, that is also a very weapons related term.
Okay.
Yeah, someone in
They are
YouTube.
all set then. Good.
Yeah. So we are at 11. So Vidya, before we get started, I have seen some of your questions in Chennai Quiz Foundation WhatsApp group. I like the phrasing of it, the way you coin the questions and
Yeah.
draft the questions. I liked it. So then I approached you and we kind of prepared this quiz. So we want to know more about you. Can you give us a small introduction about your? Can you give us a small introduction about yourself?
Yeah. I'm based in Chennai, and I'm a homemaker, and I'm a special educator, trained special educator. So I volunteering in special schools. Now I took a break for 2 years, and I'm a mother of two kids. My son is also an avid quizzer. In fact, just I traveled the quizzing path along with my son in his school days, and I got interested in quizzing.
Okay.
He's now in IIT Kanpur, and he is also quizzing there. And yeah, with the support of my family, I am just this lockdown and this COVID period had helped me to uncover my quizzing genes, I should say. Yeah.
Great. And I believe this is your first YouTube live quiz debut.
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly. I've been posting quizzes, questions in various WhatsApp quiz groups. And here I would like to give a shout out to Mr. Raja and Ms. Priya of CQF. Like if there were to be, if I were to term as an alma mater, then CQF is my alma mater, I should say.
Okay.
And yeah, the constant encouragement. Mr. Raja, I met him once at a quiz, and then and also I belong to two ladies only quiz groups, and the support from them also is tremendous.
Okay.
And here I am.
Okay. Great. Thanks to Raja. Thanks to CKF team also. And we also want to encourage more new quiz masters to come host quizzes.
Thank you so much for that.
Yeah. Great, Vidya. We had a small introduction, and it's around 11 to 28 people are in the live stream. I think we can slowly get started. All the best for your first quiz on YouTube, and yeah,
Thank you.
We can get started.
Yeah, sure. Hello, friends. The weapons. I think you would have seen all my teasers, which I've been posting regularly, close to around 7 to 8 teaser questions. That I think would have given you an idea of the variety of questions, because weapons I did not want myself to just bullets and guns and stuff. Now?
Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah, Vidya, sorry, I think I had some broadband issues.
Okay.
Some internet issues happen. I think we can go to question number 1.
Okay. Sure. So this quiz is, I had great fun researching for the quiz, and I hope it's well-rounded. So let's have fun together.
Sure.
Question number 1. Question number 1 coming up. Yes. A brother of this internationally acclaimed, mega iconic, polymath Tamil film actor shares his name with a celestial weapon. So we are into mythology. Let's begin at the beginning. Lord Shiva had given this weapon to his ardent devotee, an epic mythological ruler. Now, don't get stuck with the actor. I want the name of the ruler, the mythological ruler, an ardent devotee of Shiva, an epic mythological ruler, and the name of the weapon. The actor clue will lead you to the name of the weapon. And he is quite a genius. What can I say? His genius is not restricted to just film. It's very much in the news these days. So you can work it out from there. Yeah, so I think we have a good beginning here with a question on mythology. Now moving on to question number 2.
Yeah. So for people who are watching on YouTube, please answer only on the Google Forms. I will be sharing the Google Form links soon. Please don't answer in the YouTube live chat. For people who have joined us new, who don't know the format, please don't answer in the YouTube live chat now. Yeah, we can go to question 2, Vidya.
Yeah, question 2 is already on your screens. And yeah, so I have made a reference to Game of Thrones, but it's not a Game of Thrones questions per se. GOT fans will recall the Valyrian steel used to forge powerful swords. There was a real life counterpart. It was a blade that could cut a feather in mid-air. European crusaders encountered these steel swords first in West Asia, which led to their erroneous naming of the steel because they encountered it in West Asia. The steel actually originated in South India. Locally, it was called Serik steel, derived from Seris, the Persian name for the Chera dynasty. And also, there are historical proofs that this steel is also forged in Sri Lanka. Name the steel whose manufacture techniques in South India were much ahead of the times. We are talking about centuries old technique to make such a high quality steel. Sadly, till date, the steel carries an erroneous naming alluding to West Asia.
Okay. Do you want to give more clues? Maybe this might be a slightly tougher question.
Yeah, more clues. This It is West Asia is the biggest clue. You can think of a city in West Asia,
Yeah. Yeah.
and
I
that
think,
would lead you to the answer.
yeah, I think that's a good clue. City from West
Yes.
Asia is part of the answer.
Yes, a city. And till date, mistake has not been corrected. Okay. I think we can move on to question number 3.
Yeah.
Yes. The Maratha Emperor Veer Shivaji used a bichwa. Bichwa is a word derived from bichu, scorpion knife, and blank to defeat a rival general. Now let me describe the weapon. There are modern day references to this weapon being carried by Bengali girls and Nihang Sikh girls for protection during the tumultuous times due to its compact size. It's a weapon which is quite compact, so compact that it fits in the palm of one's hands. Yeah? And just like the bichua being inspired by the scorpion, this weapon which I'm talking about, 2 words, is inspired by a wild animal. It is inspired by a wild animal, the naming. The image, I think you'll all jump at the image. Hopefully it's a sitter. Let's move on to the image now. Yes. This is the image of the weapon, and this was used by Chhatrapati Shivaji. This is again inspired by a wild animal. We are looking at 2 words, 2 blanks. You can give me the name in English, 2 words, or in vernacular. Right? Yes. Now I think let's move on to the next question. Yes. This is again a question from South India. It's a tribute to my roots. This memorial was erected by the Tamil Nadu government in Sivaganga district to honor a brave warrior whose daredevilry against the East India Company sadly faded from public memory. She was the commander-in-chief of Queen Velu Nachiyar. She is featured in this quiz because she is hailed as the first blank in the history of Indian freedom struggle. There is an image of the memorial. Before I go to the image, just I want you to take a look at the question. She was a commander-in-chief, and the reason she is in this quiz is because she used the ultimate weapon, and she is hailed as the first blank in the history of Indian freedom struggle. Let me take you to the image of the memorial. Yes. This is the memorial constructed by the Tamil Nadu government in Sivaganga district.
And for quizzes, whenever they see the blank, the question that comes to their mind is are the blanks indicative? The blanks are not indicative.
Not indicative. Right. Let me also remind you, the blanks are not indicative, just 2 words, so 2 blanks.
I think we can go back to the question once because they
Sure. Let me do that.
Yeah.
Yes. So she was a brave warrior, and her daredevilry is spoken about in this question, and she used an ultimate weapon, and so she is hailed as the first blank in the history of Indian freedom struggle. Okay, moving on. Yes. Now let's move away from India. Karambit is a weapon originating in Indonesia. Culturally, the karambit was a subject of condescension in Java because of its history as a weapon of peasants. In present day, though, the karambit is elevated in status as a weapon used in this well-known form of martial art of the region. Now, I need you to name the martial art which uses the weapon karambit. I'm going to show you the image of the karambit, and as you can see, it's going to be curved. And so, in Java, the soldiers thought that it was a curved blade fit for only harvesting the crops. So they thought it was only a weapon of peasants and did not give it much importance. But now it's used in a very popular martial art. There you see, this is the karambit. Legend has it that the karambit was also used, hidden by the women folk in their hairdo, in their elaborate hairdo. They used to hide this curved karambit and use it when in danger. Now, which martial art typical of the region, Indonesia, Java, which martial art form uses karambit? Let's move on to the next question. Yes, this is one of my favorite. It's an etymology question in a weapons quiz. Legrand G. Capers was an American physician known for his 1874 spurious case report of a bullet-mediated impregnation of a young woman. The article which he wrote in the American Medical Weekly was a satire, a joke. He himself owned. Came clear that it was a satire after writing this article. But somehow the fact that it was a joke got lost, and the story of the impregnating bullet persisted as a medical fact as late as 1959. We are talking about the period in the late 19th century, Confederacy War in the US. Confederates were in war. Identify the English phrase that originated from this myth. Bullet-mediated impregnation. The story goes that a bullet struck a soldier and it happened to pass through his scrotum carrying the sperm, and the bullet ultimately hit the womb of a young girl who was witnessing the gunfight. And she became pregnant, and Legrand G. Capers testifies that the girl was not married, and somehow she became pregnant. It had to be the small scraping of bullet which he recovered from her body. And interestingly, Legrand G. Capers is a French word which itself translates to the big joke. So I don't know if that was his name or he took the name. Legrand G. Capers itself translates into the big joke in French. So what is the English phrase which originated from this?
Okay, I think this is quite
let's
an
move on
easy
to the
one.
next question. Yeah, the next question. Again, this question has an image. This traditional J-shaped dagger, it's very typical, J-shaped and unique, is the national emblem of a country bordering the Emirates. In the 18th century, the dagger became the symbol on the royal crest of Al Said family, the country's ruling family. Name the dagger. J-shaped dagger. I want its name and the country. Yes, so plenty of clues in the question. It's a J-shaped dagger and the country is bordering the Emirates and the Al Said family has been ruling the country. Now the image of the dagger. You see, there is an ornate belt for the J-shaped dagger, and this is how it is ceremoniously worn. And as to the country, every building in this country is required to have an image of the Sultan.
Also about the the building paint.
Color scheme, yes. Yeah. All the buildings are required to be painted in white. And if you are going to use another color, you are supposed to get the permission of the ruler of the country before painting with another color. Quite pleasing to the eye. Photographs of the country, and to the few lucky ones who have been to the country also, if you are in the quiz, it's easy for you to crack, I believe. I want the name of this dagger and the country. Okay, the question has 2 parts. Moving on. Yes, another historical etymology question. This also comes with an image. This English word refers to a person who is prone to foolish or careless errors. It is the name of the type of the gun seen in the image. Now, I need the name of the gun. Yeah, that is the English word also. And the word comes from two obscure Dutch words. Donder, meaning thunder, and bus, meaning gun. Okay? So these clues are sufficient for you to work out what is the name of the gun, and in turn, what is the English word which refers to a person prone to making foolish or careless errors. This is the gun. Quite ornate the gun is. And the unique feature of this gun, it has a flared barrel. The barrel is flared. Yeah, what is the English word? What is the name of the gun? Both are the same. Moving on. Yes. Now, I'm going to take you to space. ID the name of this revolver. I'll be showing you the image shortly. Only one which is seen in this image ever got made, making it unique. Quite obviously, it is named for a celestial body, which was portrayed by Romans as their god, who has a constant use for weapons. The image is going to give you more clues. Yes. The image says TOZ-81 prototype Soviet revolver developed for Soviet cosmonauts as a survival weapon. Actually, nobody needs to take any weapons into space. But the Soviet cosmonauts are the only persons carrying a gun into space. Interestingly, it's not for use in space at all. Only after they return to the Earth, when they land, if they are landing in, say, Siberia, they need this gun to survive in Siberia until they reach help. So that's the reason why this gun goes into space with Soviet cosmonauts. It's for usage after they land on Earth, after they touch down. So what's the name of this gun? Clue to the names I've given in the question. Let me take you back to the question. It is a celestial body, and the clue is that the Romans have their god who has a constant use of weapons. That is the name given to this gun. Next, let's move on to literature. Vyomkesh Bakshi, generation of people have grown up with Vyomkesh Bakshi, admiring Rajat on screen in Doordarshan days. Now, a sharp object which is shot through a blowpipe to incapacitate a person, it's not unique. It has been used even by Agatha Christie as a murder weapon, and even in a Tamil film, Ezham Arivu. If you have watched, you would have seen this. But this author's usage of a part of an animal's external feature, okay, that is the weapon, and pushing the sharp thing right into the victim's heart to murder is unprecedented. Okay? So kudos to the author, to the genius who created Vyomkesh Bakshi. What was the weapon that ultimately Vyomkesh Bakshi discovers?
Vidya, a bit of feedback from Manasdeep. He says it's a lovely question.
Thanks. This is all like boost for me. Yeah. So this, you have to think of an animal's external feature. So naturally, it has to kill. So you think of a sharp external feature, an animal whose sharp external feature, which can be detached, obviously, and it is pushed into the victim's heart to kill the victim. Okay, let's move on to the next question. Yes. Again, let's come to pop culture. Forget about these objects being used to predict the future. In the Harry Potter series, these objects became weapons of destruction. During a battle, a frazzled professor throws one at a werewolf, and then with the help of the wand, launches more of them as projectiles. Probably they were put to better use this way than just to be stared at. So what is this object? Which from the Harry Potter series becomes a weapon. Not intended to be a weapon, just so happens that it becomes a weapon. Yeah, I think I have given plenty of clues. Everyone can work this out. Next one. Yes, this is one of my favorite questions. THX 1138, the movie released in 1971, is the feature-length directorial debut of none other than George Lucas himself. It's his debut movie. It was developed from his student film, a project which he did as a student. The film was set in the 21st century. From 1971, the film moves to the 21st century. It predicts a bleak future for man, and the setting is a police state. THX 1138 was produced on a small scale by a good friend of Lucas, Coppola. Now, what is the two-word weapon portrayed in the movie? A two-word weapon, note weapon is in quotes, to enslave the humans, which was mind-blowingly conceptualized by Lucas. Yeah, I'll just show you a still from the movie, but the clues are in the question. A two-word weapon which was mind-blowingly conceptualized by Lucas, where humans were in a police state, a bleak future. Yes.
Probably the most subtle weapon in the whole set.
Could be. And also this image shows you the stark contrast George Lucas's movie making style. He is very minimalistic in this movie, in stark contrast with his Star Wars. Yes. Now let's move on to the next question. Yes. Another Hollywood blockbuster. It's from the Marvel Cinematic Universe. I think it's the 12th installment. It's an unusual weapon being used to prevent the protagonist from escaping a bed upon which he was held captive. The pain inflicted by this bioweapon, now we have moved on to bioweapon, ranks highest in the blank index, rated at 4.0 plus. Yes? Now, I need you to give me the name of the index. And I need you to give me the specific name of this bioweapon. For example, if the answer I was looking for was, say, blue whale, then I can't accept the answer fish or sea creature. I want a specific answer, blue whale. So that's how I need you to give me this answer, the bioweapon. And also, what was the index? It's an index obviously used to measure pain inflicted by this weapon. And this is the highest, 4.0 plus. Okay. Next question. Yes. Beautiful. Who owns these weapons? That's all. Just give me the name. Who owns these weapons? You see nunchucks. You see fancy sword. Yeah. Basically, who own these weapons? Simple question. The image is in the question itself. Next, a bit of science now. Cavitation or supercavitation, both are identical, is a scientific phenomenon which, when applied to bullets under specific conditions, increases their efficiency, which could not have been possible otherwise. A bullet, when fired, has to go hit the target. But supercavitation helps bullets under specific conditions, which the bullet could not have done otherwise. The bullet gets encased in a bubble of gas as it is fired from the gun. And now supercavitation steps in, helping the bullet along its course. Where specifically does this find an application? Cavitation bullets, supercavitation. Where you have to have the bullet enclosed in a bubble of gas until it reaches its target. So where? You can be very brief in your answer. We'll get the point. Next. Yes. This is where I thought, let's think about different medium which could be used as weapons. And I came across this where sound waves are used kind of a deterrent weapon. These sonic devices have been used as deterrent weapons in the United Kingdom to deter teenagers from loitering around shops in targeted areas. These devices, how do they work? They emit an ultra high frequency blast that teenagers, specific, that's the target group, or people who are below the age of 20 are susceptible to, and they find it highly uncomfortable. Now, age-related hearing loss apparently prevents this ultra-high pitch sound from causing a nuisance to people who are in their late 20s and above. So it is for a specific target group. Presbycusis, I think, is the age-related hearing loss, which does not cause a nuisance to others in their late 20s and above. Now, this device, the sonic device, is given an appropriate name because they create this annoying noise. Now, I want you to figure out the name of this device. And the usage of this device has been highly debated by human rights activists, telling that there should be better ways to keep off teenagers from high-end shops, malls, to prevent their loitering. This doesn't seem to fit their human rights. So these devices are hotly debated, the usage of these devices. Now I'm looking for just one single word. Think of something which annoys you with its noise. That's it. That's the name aptly given to these devices. Just one word of something which produces an annoying noise. Next. We are still in the UK. The image I'll be showing, it is a statue. It is aptly named after a specific type of weapon as blank blank. There are two blanks. Again, the blanks are not indicated. It is officially called the National Monument Against Violence and Aggression. It is a 27 feet tall statue, quite imposing, and it is made up of 100,000 specific weapons that the police officers seized from suspects across the UK. It was created as a tribute to the victims of crimes perpetrated with those specific weapons. So they collected the weapons and they made a monument out of it, a statue. Now I need you to fill both the blanks, and let me give you clues. The first blank indicates the weapon, and the second blank alludes to the figurine illustrated by the statue. So the first blank is the name of the weapon, and the second blank alludes to the figurine, which you can see illustrated by the statue. You can figure it out quite easily. Blank, blank. The first blank is the name of the weapon. You see, 100,000 of these instruments have been used to make this. And what is the figurine which you see? Yes?
So there is a question in YouTube live chat. Someone is asking specific answer or general.
I'm looking for a specific answer.
Okay. Yeah.
I think the picture, the image provides you the clues. And my question also says that these weapons specifically have been taken, and it's a tribute to the victims who were victims of the crime perpetrated by this weapon. Yeah.
Got it. So
Pretty
Keval,
specific.
yes, specific answer is what you want.
Yes, yes. Second part should be easy to figure out. Okay, next, let me go. Next question. The pen is mightier than the sword. Cliched as it may seem, it fits in perfectly with my theme today. Because after all, it's a quiz on weapons, and so I went for a weapon mightier than the sword. Ashwini Sarin was an Indian Express reporter in 1981. He actually broke the law for the sake of an expose. Okay, sting operations have become quite common these days with button cameras and whatnot. But in 1981, he took a risk, he broke the law, and the dangerous crime he was wanting to expose involved a tribal girl, Kamala. His work inspired a movie and a play named Kamala. Now, I want you to name the shameful crime that Ashwini Sarin dared to bring out in the open. Yeah, I'm just looking for two keywords pertaining to the crime which involved a tribal girl and many more girls like Kamala. Two keywords will suffice. And let me show you an image, an iconic image in my perspective. The gentleman you see in the center with glasses is Ashwini Sarin. And to the right, I think you will all know, it is Arun Shori. And Arun Shori's adventurous nature actually helped Ashwini Sarin, a reporter in Indian Express, to undertake this risky job. So what is the crime which he exposed? And it created quite a furor at that time when this article was published, and the stringent action followed. So that's why the pen proved its might over the sword in this particular situation. So what was the crime he brought to light? Two words will suffice. We are in the penultimate question of the quiz. November of 2017 saw an inauguration of a unique kind, a weapons museum. It was described as the first of its kind in India. It was inaugurated in the premises of none other than the DRDO, related to weapons, obviously, DRDO premises, in the place dash, in the state of blank, the next blank. So I need you to identify the state and the particular location in the state where the weapons museum is located in India. The main attraction of the museum is the Vijayanta tank, which played a major role in the 1971 India-Pakistan war. We celebrated the Vijay Divas quite recently. So this tank, Vijayanta tank, which played a major role, is on display in this museum. As for the state, I think, this state is touted as the hidden secret of India.
In tourism
Yes.
ads, I guess.
Yeah, that's the tagline of the tourism. It's a secret kept well hidden. And as for the location, I think the state is known for its beaches. So this location is also a beach, a famous beach. Probably you can think of moonlight nights, silver sands. That will take you to the beach. And the state is obviously the well-kept hidden secret of India. So this is the location of the Weapons Museum.
Okay, and before we go to the final question,
Yeah.
just a heads up about what follows is that after we complete all the 20 questions, Vidya will have a quick cycle back of all the 20, and then we probably will give a minute, and then we'll close the forms, and after that we will discuss the answers, all the answers in the same live stream. So do stay till then and you can answer in the live chat when we are discussing the answers.
Yeah. And before going to my final question in the quiz, a big thanks to Nambirajan and Satya Nambirajan. And this is actually my, as he had mentioned earlier, this is my first quiz. I'm debuting as a quiz master on a YouTube channel. So thank you so much. And also a big thanks to CQF and all other quiz groups which have been supporting me. Actually, it's been great framing questions, and I hope you all had fun. Same amount of fun which I had researching and framing these questions for you. So now, here comes the final question. Yes. What better way to wrap up a quiz on weapons? Dash is a powerful and just weapon which cuts without wounding and ennobles the man who wields it. It is a sword that heals. Profound words from an equally well-known prophet of peace. So now fill in the blank and identify the personality whose quote I have given you. Dash is a powerful and just weapon. It cuts without wounding, and it ennobles the man who wields it. It is a sword that heals.
Okay. Thank you,
Yeah,
Vidya. Thanks
that's
for
it.
the 20 questions. I think we can quickly
you.
cycle back. And
Sure.
yeah.
Yeah, let me move on to question number 19 now. Yes, this is about the location and the state of the Weapons Museum, the first ever Weapons Museum in India. Next, question number 18 is about the crime which was reported by Aswini Sarin. Swift action followed. This is the previous question, which you need to identify the name of the statue, 2 words. The first word is the weapon and the second word is the figurine. Yes. Next, sonic devices which emit annoying sounds to keep away teenagers used in the UK. Just one single word, something which produces an annoying sound. Next, a scientific phenomenon. Where specifically does supercavitation help bullets? Where? Next, identify who owns these weapons. Again, what is the index which is mentioned here, and the bioweapon. I need a specific name, not a generic one. Next, this is a still from the George Lucas film of a police state set in a dystopian future. And what was the weapon which he beautifully portrayed used on humans? Next, in the Harry Potter series, which objects unintentionally became weapons instead of just being stared at? Next, for Byomkesh Bakshi fans, what was the external detachable feature, sharp feature of an animal, which was sent straight into the heart? Next, this is the gun taken by the Soviet cosmonauts into space, not for use in space. What is the name? It's named after a celestial body, and the name of the celestial body is given by the Romans from their god, who actually has constant use for his weapons. Next, this is an etymology question. The name of this gun comes from 2 Dutch words for thunder and gun, and this is referring to a person who makes careless and foolish errors. Next, identify the name of this J-shaped dagger, a traditional one. I need the specific name of this dagger and the country to which it is the national emblem. Next, again an etymology question. What is the phrase in English which refers to a bullet-mediated impregnation, which was actually a joke? Next, we move to this karambit, a weapon which is used in which present-day martial art of the Indonesian Javan region. Next, this is the monument to the commander-in-chief.
Yeah, and just a minute, Vidya. Some people are asking what is written here. I believe it says Viratai Kuili.
Veerathai Kuili means
Nenevichinam.
brave mother Kuili.
Nenevichinam, which is like a memorial symbol.
Memorial. Yeah. So Veerathai Kuili, brave heart Kuili was her name. And she used the ultimate weapon. And she is touted as the first blank in the history of Indian freedom struggle. So what is the two blanks? What are the two blanks? Next, we move on to this unique, compact, palm-held weapon inspired by a wild animal used famously by Chhatrapati Shivaji to defeat his rival. You can give me the English name or the vernacular. 2 words. Next, this is again referring to a high quality steel which was erroneously named after a city in West Asia, but it actually comes from South India and Sri Lanka. I need only the name of the steel. Question number 1. Yes. Question number 1 refers to a weapon and an epic mythological ruler who got this weapon from Shiva. He was an ardent devotee of Shiva. To take you to the name of the weapon, I have given you the clue that the weapon's name derives from the name of a brother of this Tamil actor who is a genius, a polymath and a mega icon.
And also very much in news for political reasons, very much in news for entertainment reasons.
Yes. Okay. So whatever he does is news.
Yeah.
He's a true genius beyond borders, beyond country borders also.
Yeah. Okay, I think we gave a lot of clues for that one. Cool. The time now is 11:44. 11:45 I will close the form. So people who are entering the answers in the form, please submit the forms. Don't let your efforts go in vain. I have got a few submissions already. I will probably give 30 seconds more. So please submit the forms and I'll be closing the forms. And once I close the forms, I won't be able to submit the answers. Second question, please, says Sri Nand Sudesh. Probably we can just see the second question with that.
Yeah, just one.
Yeah.
I wanted to go to the answers.
Yeah, okay.
So that's why I have started sharing. Just 1 minute. Let me start sharing my screen once more.
It's 11:45. And yeah, I am going to close the forms.
Are you able to see the screen?
No, not now. We are not.
Okay, 1 minute. Yes.
Okay, the countdown for closing the form starts.
Question number 2, is it?
Yeah, I think that's all.
Yes.
Okay, while Sheenan sees this question, for people, others, please submit the form.
Yes.
Sheenan, you need to kind of be quick, fill in this and also submit the answer. Manasdeep has a bit of feedback. Vidya says, nice set. Thank you, Manas. Nice set.
Thanks, Manas. It means a lot coming from seasoned quizzers like you. Thank you.
Yeah. Same thing, Keval Shah says, great set. Paul Pop says, nice set.
Oh, okay. Good.
I'm closing the form in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and that's it. Vidya, we can go to the answer slides.
Yeah, sure. Discussing the answers is going to be as fun as presenting the questions. Yeah. So now let's reveal the weapons, the 20 deadly weapons.
Yeah. And for people watching on YouTube, now we are free to answer on live chat. The restrictions are gone now.
Yes, please.
Yeah. So, yeah.
I'm eagerly waiting for what answers the YouTube audience is going to give.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the first question is up for you guys. So come on.
Yeah, this is about the Tamil actor. I gave some clues about his he's in news for
But sadly,
politics.
we don't want the actor as part of the answer.
Yeah.
We only want the ruler and the weapon. So, yes.
Okay, Abbas Dasgupta says Ravana for the ruler.
Oh, great.
And
Good. That is the epic mythological ruler, ardent devotee of Shiva. Wonderful.
And
now for the tricky part.
Anil Raghavan says Chandrahasan.
Brilliant. Brilliant, brilliant. Chandrahasam is the right answer because Kamal Hassan's brother, he had two brothers, Charu Hassan and Chandrahasan.
Yeah.
So, a brother. Wonderful. Full points. Let me reveal the answer now. The king was Ravana and whose sword was Chandrahasam or Chandrahasa. So this was the question. This was the trivia actually, which prompted me to create an entire quiz on weapons. So I made it the first question. Let's move on. Yes. This question, I think quizzes would have come across in different forms in different quizzing arena. Okay. Any answers before I reveal?
There is a bit of lag, so we will wait for the answers to come in.
Sure.
Yeah. For the previous question, quite a few people have answered correct. Rahul Mohanty, Sumit Kumar, Anil Raghavan, Sushant Shekhar. And for this question, Abbas Dasgupta says Damascus steel.
Wonderful. That is exactly what we are looking for. Damascus in Syria. Because the Crusaders encountered the sword for the first time, they named it as Damascus. Yeah. Brilliant answer. Now let's move on. It is Damascus steel. And the manufacturing technique actually involves carbon nanotubes, which was unheard of centuries ago. So, and this watermark pattern is quite unique to Damascus steel, as you can see in this sword, the watermark. Yeah. Moving on to question number 3. This is, I think, a sitter. When you can just take a look at the
weapon
image, it's going to help you. So answers, folks.
And for previous question, Sushant Shekhar, Paul Pop, Rahul Mohanty, Sheen and Sudesh. Okay, Navan Jain says Vagnak.
Excellent. That's exactly what I was looking for. Tiger claw or Bagnak.
Bagnak, okay.
Brilliant answer. Because the moment you think of Emperor Shivaji, you can imagine him holding this and just tearing his rival to pieces. Yeah. Moving on, it's Bagnak or Tiger Claw. Yes. So, what was the unique first achieved by the Commander-in-Chief? That's why she's featured in this quiz, incidentally. The ultimate weapon.
This is a bit workoutable. When I first saw this question, I thought it's workoutable, even if you don't know about Queely.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I wanted to have questions at least people can work out. It's not like everybody needs to be having all the trivia.
Yeah. So let's see who gets this one right. Abbas Dasgupta says female martyr. She's a martyr, but that's not the answer. Yeah.
Yes. I'm looking for the ultimate weapon which she used, which made her the first dash in the history.
Queely is already, we are looking for what kind of a weapon was she. Queely is just a name. So,
yes.
Yeah. Okay, Sheen and Sudesh's first suicide bomber, is that correct?
Brilliant. If you had worked out, hats off to you. And if you had known this trivia earlier, also salute. Because it's worth knowing. Actually, Sivaganga Fort was captured by the East India Company and they chased out all the natives, including Queen Velu Nachiyar. And during Dashara, they allowed women alone to go inside and perform the puja. So, Queely, along with a few female companions, went inside with flower baskets and she applied liberally oil all over her body. And she set herself on fire and jumped into the armory of the English East India Company. And within seconds, the armory exploded along with her. And ultimately, Velu Nachiyar was able to come in and recapture the Sivaganga fort. So it was quite a turning point in the war with the English East India Company, Velu Nachiyar, and it happened only because she set fire to herself and jumped into the armory.
Yeah, very brave effort of weapon of using your own body as a weapon.
Body.
Yeah, and Arun TP says like the story you shared, poured ghee over her and jumped into Tom's depot. Yes, that was the answer we are looking for. Suicide bomber.
Suicide
is also
bomber
correct.
or human bomb, anything, as long as the idea gets conveyed, it's done. So let me show you the image. Yes. So a
Yeah.
suicide bomber or a human bomb, whichever. Next, karambit weapon, present day, which martial art? It's quite simple if you know the martial arts of that area, because the Commonwealth Games, Asian Games, everywhere you would have seen this.
Was it part of these games?
Yes.
Okay. Arun
Yes.
TP says Silat. Naman Jain says Silat.
Silat is what I was looking for. It's quite a deadly martial art, as you can see, because the karambit, the sharp weapon, is being used. So it's not. Yeah, as you can see, Silat, quite bloodied people. Silat is the answer I was looking for.
Is this screenshot from any particular movie?
No, this just came up in
Google image search?
the image search in Google, where Silat is used in the karambit is used in Silat.
Okay, I remember.
It could be from a movie.
A few Korean or Southeast Asian movie where the climax is like a 10-minute fight, which is very iconic scene.
Could be, yeah.
Maybe it's from
Blood
that
and
time.
gore everywhere.
Yeah.
Let's move on. Yes. This is again another sitter. I enjoyed this question.
This is also quite workoutable. I didn't know this. I just like kind of worked it out.
Yeah.
So probably people on YouTube should also be able to.
This is a phrase which like you can say like complimenting somebody, or just amazed exclamation on his daredevilry. The context is not actually what is here.
Abbas Dasgupta first to jump the gun and say son of gun.
Yes. Yes. So he was quite right in doing so. Son of a gun it is. So it's a quite versatile phrase, I believe, but this is the origin. Son of a gun. Yes. Next, the traditional J-shaped dagger. I wanted the name and I wanted the country. Plenty of clues.
Yeah, just beautiful. A personal story to share. When I visited this country, I saw this almost like in every place. The airport,
everywhere.
Airport memorabilia had this. In some stores, you will see this.
Yeah, souvenirs. People bring it back as souvenirs. Plenty. But this is a national emblem of the country.
Yeah.
And so,
okay. Utkarsh says Kanjar.
Beautifully cracked. It is the Kanjar. That is the name I was looking for.
And Naman Jain says Oman Kanjar, which is the complete.
Beautiful. Well done, Naman. It is the Kanjar and the country is Oman. Yes. So you see the Kanjar. Yes. Next. Again, another etymology question.
This I feel is a bit tough because I didn't know this. I couldn't work it out also. But let's see, probably people.
Probably, Donder bus, thunder gun, foolish, careless errors. Probably people can put 2 and 2 together. Yeah. That's what quizzes are well known for.
Yeah,
making the connect.
Yeah, Utkarsh says blunderbuss. Rahul Monty says blunderbuss. Arun TP, Abbas Dasgupta says doofus. I think that's wrong. Srinath Sudhi says blunderbuss. Blunderbuss is correct.
It is the blunderbuss. Blunderbuss also modified into referring to a person, the word. Yeah, it's blunderbuss. Next. Yeah, this is again the revolver which goes to space with the Romans. I mean with the Soviet cosmonauts, and it's named after the Roman god. Yes.
Russia being Russia. Okay, let's see who gets this one right. I believe this particular celestial being is very well known for kind of an aggressive attitude. Okay, Utkarsh says Mars. Rahul Mohanty says Mars. Abbas Dasgupta, Arun TP, Naman Jain, Sushant Shekhar, Sheen and all say Mars, I think.
Beautiful. They all get it right. It is indeed the Mars prototype, TOZ-81 Mars. It's the Roman god of war.
Okay.
I didn't want to give it as Roman god of war, so I just had to elaborate a bit. So that's it. They ultimately cracked it. It's Mars gun.
Okay, an interesting trivia about the previous question. Ashish Srinivasan says, son of a gun is also a term that is referred to children born on board old ships, that the rear covered portion of the gun turret was the only closed area where ladies could give birth during voyages. Probably.
Oh.
We need to check that. I am not
sure. Sure.
That's again interesting.
Yeah, that's really interesting.
Yeah.
How same phrases have different origins over different periods of time.
Okay.
And also different geographical locations. Yeah.
And coming to this question, this is like a very interesting, right? I think quite a few horse-based guesses coming in. Rahul Monti says horseshoes. Naman Jain says horse and shoes. Abaz Dasgupta says Shojaru Kata. Porcupine pin. Is it a horse or a porcupine, Vidya?
It is a porcupine. Yeah. I was glad that somebody finally zeroed in on porcupine because I said a detachable feature and it has to be sharp to plunge into the victim's heart.
Yeah.
So it is a porcupine spine.
Yeah, horseshoes are not that sharp, I believe. I think porcupine is
it becomes messy to push it into a person's heart, and usually in Byomkesh Bakshi, the work is done with such finesse. Here you see the great author himself, Shardendu Bhattacharya, and so porcupine spine it is.
Good answer there, Abbas Dasgupta.
Yeah, brilliant. Next. This again is another sitter. My daughter actually urged me to have Harry Potter questions, so I had a teaser as well as this. So
for the previous question, Abbas says the Bangla name for the story is Shajaru Kata.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Then he has to get it right.
Yeah.
If he has given
fitting
the answer,
that person,
well done.
Bengali person gets that right.
Yeah, well done. Super.
Okay, Paul Pop kind of challenges us and says a porcupine pine is not that sharp. Maybe in our layman understanding, it's sharp enough.
Probably it was inserted in point blank range with great force through a blowpipe.
Okay.
I don't know. The sky is the limit. No, there is a license which fictional authors take.
Yeah.
So poetic he has taken this license.
Yeah. Okay, question number 11. Naman Jain says crystal ball. Abbas Dasgupta says crystal ball. Arun TP says crystal balls.
Yeah, it is indeed the crystal ball. Professor Sybil Trelawney, not knowing what to do, she just starts using them as projectiles. It's indeed a crystal ball. Harry Potter series has plenty of such things where you don't have to think of weapons to defend yourself. On the go, whatever comes becomes a weapon. Wonderful, wonderful. Crystal ball it is. Yes. The next question about the iconic George Lucas. Yeah. Very minimalistic production.
Very subtle weapon. Let's see who gets this 12th question right.
It should have attracted attention being the debut of George Lucas. I mean, whoever is into George Lucas should be knowing this because it's his debut.
Okay, a few guesses have come in. Jedi Mind Trick says Abbas Dasgupta. Lightsaber says Arun TP. The initial idea for lightsabers.
Okay.
We are looking for more subtler weapons. Lightsaber is like way more powerful.
I think I had given a hidden clue. It was mind-blowingly conceptualized.
Yeah. People are still in the lightsaber route. Utkarsh says the lightsaber.
I know. George Lucas does this to them.
Yeah.
The name. Okay. Can I reveal the answer now?
Yeah, I think you can reveal. No one got it right. Some people
it's mind control.
Yeah, mind control is the answer.
Or psychological manipulation if you want to get more technical. Or just mind control. Brainwashing even I can accept. Brainwashing. Something. Okay. So that's what was portrayed in the movie.
Okay. Rahul Monti says, I was thinking lightsaber, but then went with mind-altering drugs. Will you give points for mind-altering drugs?
Kind of. I don't know if mind-altering drugs. I was looking for only 2 words, but I think mind-altering drugs give you the control over a person's mind. So he has given the answer.
Okay, you will get
I think
points.
I can give points to that also.
Okay.
Mind-altering drugs. Yes. Okay. This is in the quizzes parlance Peter question. Because as soon as this movie got released, plenty of questions came. So now I'm waiting for the answers.
For the previous question, Utkarsh says, what a mind-controlling question.
Nice.
Sure, Arun, we are giving points for Rahul Mohanty. Someone is suggesting we should give points to Rahul Mohanty.
Yes, of course, because that is the route taken to mind control, mind-altering drugs. Yeah. So fine. Yeah,
for
we
13th, Shushant Shekhar says Schmidt pain index. Arun TP says the same. John Benny says bullet and Schmidt index.
Yes, that is the complete answer. I am looking for not just ants, specifically bullet ants, and the index is Schmidt pain index. Schmidt pain index. I think spelling we can give it Schmidt pain index and bullet ants. Has anybody gone to the extent of telling Paraponara clavata?
No.
That
no
would be the ultimate.
No one has
if
said
somebody
that.
remembers the name of bullet ants.
Okay.
Okay, fine. Moving on. Another sitter.
Rahul Mohanty, you're human. You might have forgotten that. So someone commented said that I'm ashamed that I didn't know trivia about Schmidt pain and bullet ants in MCU. That's okay. People forget stuff. You might have forgotten it.
Nice.
Yeah. Question 14 is, I think someone gave a clue by asking a question saying, is it a group or an individual person? Abbas Dasgupta says TMNT, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Yeah, it is the TMNT, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Each one named after a Renaissance genius, and each one has his own weapon of choice. Yeah.
The first one is a katana, right? The sword.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. So beautiful. I had to blank out their eye masks. Okay. Because that would have been too much of a giveaway. Anyway, either way, people got it.
Yeah.
It is the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Yeah. Yes. Now comes science. What do you think, guys? Under which specific conditions does supercavitation help bullets? The keyword being under specific conditions.
Chota Beam seems one. Rahul Mohanty has answered Chota Beam. Chota Beam, no one uses weapons for the previous TMNT question. Okay. For this one, John Benny says torpedo. Utkarsh says torpedo. Arun TP says underwater. Naman Jain says shooting in water.
Beautiful. They all have got it right. Torpedoes fired underwater. Bullets fired underwater, everything. The principle remains the same. So we can accept all of these answers as long as it is underwater. So I have given the answer as bullets fired underwater, but torpedoes also holds good because the science behind it is the same.
Okay.
Yeah. Beautiful. Now we move to this. Yeah, it's a single word. And it's hotly debated whether it should be used.
And a very deadly word. Okay.
Yeah.
Manas Deep says, is this in cartoon stars? I think a bit of lag there.
Yeah, sure. We could wait for the answers.
I think it's not only for teenagers. All people are indeed annoyed by the sound of these.
Yeah, this name alludes to a noise which annoys everybody.
Yeah. Utkarsh says mosquito. Sorry. John Benny says mosquito. Arun TP says mosquito.
Yeah. Beautiful. Whether they cracked it based on the question or whether they knew about this funda already, I'm happy anyways. It is mosquito. And presbycusis is the phenomenon which protects the others from getting annoyed. The age-related hearing loss is called presbycusis.
And there is another interesting answer. Keval Shah, Keval Shah says bus box. Is that the name of that contraption?
I was looking specifically for mosquito.
Okay.
I'm not sure whether it is called as the bus box, because wherever I have come across this, it has been referred to as the mosquito only.
Okay.
And the wordings in my question also lead to the word mosquito.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
You can go to the next one. Yeah.
Yes. This is again how weapons are converted into symbols of peace. That was my search criteria. And I landed upon 2 or 3 beautiful such creations. And this one I thought was apt. Crackable. Yeah. So what is this?
It reminds me of Game of Thrones. Throne.
Throne. Okay.
As in the.
Let's wait.
Yeah.
I thought the 2 wings is very easy to.
Yeah.
The figurine should be easy to crack. The blank number 2.
Yeah. So Utkarsh gives an answer, says Knife Angel. Namanjay says Knife Angel. Arun TP, Sushant Shekhar, Keval Shah, Sheen and Sudesh. Everyone says Knife Angel.
Beautiful. They all get it right. It is indeed the knife angel, and about 100,000 knives were used. Actual knives confiscated by the police, UK police. And they made it into the statue. Yes.
So these knives are used in mugging.
Yes, mugging, even murder.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's like a cathartic experience to convert such weapons into work of art. Yes. Okay. So what was the shameful crime? It was a big deal in the 1980s when people were flabbergasted when this crime happening in India came out, and immediately swift action was taken. So what was the crime which Ashwini Sarin? People might not be knowing Ashwini Sarin. He is just a nondescript reporter. But Arun Shourie, everybody knows. So this happened with the blessings of Arun Shourie. So what was the crime?
The guess from Sushant Shekhar, human trafficking. Arun TP says female trafficking. Naman Jain says human trafficking.
Beautiful. They're all spot on. It is the human trafficking. And he left Delhi and he traveled at risk of his life to this place where girls were being sold. And I hope for around 2,000 rupees, somewhere around that amount, he purchased this tribal girl, Kamala. He brought her to Delhi. And the next day, Indian Express ran an article with her photograph. This Ashwini Sarin took Kamala to his home. And Kamala, being a tribal girl, she thought Ashwini Sarin's wife was also purchased like her. And she began talking to her, saying that, for how much did you get purchased and all? So it was really like heart-wrenching to know that human trafficking was happening in the open. And there was also a case filed on Ashwini Sarin for breaking the law and engaging in human trafficking, but then it all got petered out because the larger crime, and they had to take action against it. So it is indeed human trafficking or flesh trade. Okay, now we come to the penultimate question. Where is this museum, the particular location and the state?
Arun TP, we got a punny comment. He was making like a pun in the comments. Okay, coming to this question, the state is a bit, since we gave a clue, is the easier part of the
that
answer.
has to be crackable.
And the place might be the tougher part. Let's see who gets the place correct.
Hopefully, I have given hidden clues while explaining about the beach.
Okay, Naman Jain says Odisha and Chandipur. John Benny says the same thing. Same from Arun TP. Yeah, almost smooth.
Beautiful. Odisha, beautifully cracked. And Chandipur, yes, the moonlight, Chand, and silver, Chandi. So I thought you should arrive at the answer. Beautiful. It is in Chandipur in Odisha, this weapons museum. Yeah. Next, what was the weapon being spoken about, and who is this larger than life figure who stands for peace?
Arun TP says you are allowed to write. So there is a discussion about Odisha, Odisha, and Kerala spelling is also coming into question. Okay, final question I think is a very
Okay.
apt end to the entire quiz.
Yes.
And thank you, Vidya. Thanks for taking your
Yeah.
time apart from your personal commitment, family commitments. You
Yeah.
made this it.
Thank you so much. As I said earlier, pleasure is all mine. And I thoroughly enjoyed researching, framing the questions, and presenting it.
Okay.
So it's a win-win either way.
Got it.
Thank you
Got
so
it.
much.
You are welcome. And probably we can team up for another quiz sometime later.
Yeah, sure.
For this
Looking
question,
forward to it.
yeah. For this question, Utkarsh is non-violence. John Benny same. Naman Jain, Utkarsh, Martin Luther King, and non-violence seems to be the most popular answers in the.
Beautiful, beautiful. They all have cracked it wonderfully. It is indeed Martin Luther King Jr. and non-violence is the weapon he talks about. It is the sword that heals. Profound words, profound words.
Yes,
and
indeed.
fitting into the quiz.
Yeah.
And I hope I have not disappointed people who
No, I think
came thinking
in the
that.
contrary, a lot of people enjoy the quiz. I saw a few feedback how most of the questions are workoutable. And
Yeah, that was my aim actually, because it has to be fun. No point in having a highbrow quiz where people just are left to wonder whether they know it or they don't know. So
yeah, Arun TP.
thank you.
Yeah, some feedback from people in the comments. Arun TP says, "Thanks, Vidya. Vidya makes well-worded questions. Really loved it. Thank you, Arun TP."
Thank you.
Naman Jain says, "Thanks for a great quiz, Vidya. After a disappointing start to the day, of course, yeah, I had posted in a few groups about India's nightmare. I don't know whether they got all out. Probably I'll go back.
Nobody expected such a collapse.
Yeah.
Nobody expected.
Sushant Shekhar says, awesome quiz, great set. Says Keval Shah, Ritvik says it was amazing quiz, thank you. Naman Jain says wonderful last moment marketing, Nambi, thank you. Ashish Srinivasan says thank you, ma'am, and Nambi Rajan, it was fun watching and thinking during the quiz. Thank you, Ashish. Pop, thanks for the quiz, thoroughly enjoyed. Yeah, thank you everyone. Thanks for
thank you so much.
Yeah, being part of the quiz, being in the audience. Thank you, Vidya. We will team up again. And just a reminder, please do subscribe to the channel and continue to participate in our quizzes. Thank you. Thanks everyone.
Bye. Thanks a lot, Nambi. Thanks everyone. Bye-bye.
Bye.